We shall make efforts to ensure that we fulfill our pledge of bringing the remaining girls back home. Already, a credible first step has been taken, and government will sustain the effort till all the remaining girls return safely.
Let's take a closer look at this with Cheta Nwanze in Manchester. He's a lead partner with SBM Intelligence. It's a Nigerian geopolitical risk and intelligence firm. Cheta, welcome to the News Hour. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Why has it been so difficult to find the Chibok girls who are still missing, more than 100 of them?
Well, it feeds into the general insecurity that is happening in Nigeria. Unfortunately, it's getting worse, and we're having more attacks away from the northeast and in the northwest. Pretty much every state in the northwest has seen significant level of attacks, and some of these attacks have happened very close to the capital of the country, Abuja. So what that means is that priorities have kind of changed. We had attacks last year on the Nigerian Defense Academy itself, and there was an attack a few weeks ago in which a train moving from Abuja to the capital Abuja to Kaduna, not too far away, was attacked, and more than quite a number of people are still missing. I think it's about 168 that are still missing, and they're kidnapped by the terrorists who attacked. So in broader terms, the Chibok, which has receded into memory, has gone down the list in terms of priority because there are more pressing issues from a security perspective now. More groups have been emboldened by the success of groups such as Boko Haram and Ansar and have taken up arms.
Yeah, it just actually seems the situation has become so much worse since Chibok, which was so horrific when it happened. It seems these kind of attacks and kidnappings we're just getting more of. It's almost become somewhat of a business in Nigeria, with many reports of people being kidnapped and then being released once ransoms are paid. But the Nigerian government says it doesn't pay for these ransoms. But this must surely have, and I see you laughing there because so many people don't believe that to be true, but this must have major political and regional effects.
The truth is that ransoms are routinely paid for people who have been kidnapped, and the kidnappers in so many cases are not brought to book. So because of that, it has sort of incentivized it. 2 years ago, my organization published a report on the business of kidnaps. As of the time, what we were able to estimate had been paid out was about $18 million over the previous decade. What was crucial about that report was that the bulk of that sum, about $15 million, give or take, and this is what had been paid, not what had been demanded. I think it's important to put that distinction. What was important about that was that there was a seeming acceleration. So I'll give an example. In the Kaduna train attack that I talked about a few minutes ago, the MD of the branch of agriculture in Nigeria, who is a big government official, was one of those who was kidnapped, and he was released after a ransom was paid. Some stories have it that it's about 100 million naira, which give or take nowadays is roughly somewhere north of $200,000. So if that much is being paid, then the people who are doing that are not being brought to book, that gives every incentive. In broader terms, we have issues of increased attacks on education. I mean, a statement by UNICEF just this morning said that since December, about 11,500 schools thereabouts have been closed because of insecurity since December 2020. My organization did primary research for the Safe Schools Initiative, which works for UNICEF. And we counted 28 specific incidents of attacks on schools, mostly in the north of the country, within a set period. And you had most of these incidents were in the north of the country, with one each in Delta, Imo, Lagos, and Ogun states, which are in the south. So that is 4 incidents in the south, and then the remaining 24 in the north. Majority of those attacks have been on single-sex schools, and females bear the brunt of that unwanted attention. So essentially, female education is under threat, especially in the north of my country.
Sorry, Cheta, we've actually run out of time, but thank you so much for putting that all into context for us. Really appreciate it.